PSE Archery presents Rival Wild. It's muzzleloader season on the Keefer brothers' lease in Illinois, and after a somewhat slow morning, smoke has finally hit the air. Twice. During an evening hunt in the South Tube, Casey was able to get off 2 shots at Krabby, a 5.5-year-old warhorse.
Yes! He's down right there.
Holy smokes, dude. What a deer.
Look at his frame.
Nice job, man.
Thanks, man.
Congratulations. Great work.
Cool deer.
Heck of a season, man. Throwing down strong arm, making a move on him, throwing down Krabby.
On the opposite end of the farm, Chris sat through the slow morning, only to end the day with an even slower evening sit. It's apparent that the old bucks are beginning to stay tucked.
Boy, I got a field full of little bucks in here right now. I just need one stud to step out. Just getting ready here this morning. It's just breaking daylight. I'm gonna take my time getting in. It's one of those things where the field that I'm going to it's one of those fields where it's a big open cornfield. I'm gonna hunt the transition area in between, and I don't want to go across that field and blow everything out of there, so I'm actually just waiting for the sun to crack right now, and then I'm gonna stalk up on the field and then get into my stand and sit most of the morning.
Chris's morning game plan is a solid one. This morning's colder temperatures should keep the deer feeding on their feet longer than normal. Using the occasionally rolling terrain, Chris plans to sneak from the truck up the edge of the cut corn into a brush blind. If the deer have already made their way back to the timber, Chris hopes to catch a cruising buck slipping from one stand of timber to the other. Just when Chris thought his game plan was perfect, Tiny decided to show his face, and he's still in the corn. With a hot doe in tow, it seems as though he doesn't want to leave her side.
He just saw us. He just saw us. Right there. He's looking at us right here. Looks like he's gonna walk right at us.
Second time in less than 2 weeks, Tiny has Chris flustered.
Tiny down, baby. Turn it. It's a mess. Sports Center, baby, right there. That's a highlight reel. I can't believe that just went down. Oh, I mean, I'm a mess right now. I gotta settle down. I gotta just warm up my hands. I can't feel my hands.
Tiny is a mid-150s 8-point that Chris has come to know on more than one occasion. Less than 2 weeks ago, Chris had a prime opportunity to send a rage through Tiny at 35 yards.
Missed him. How did that just happen?
But today's story has a different ending.
Boy, this is a long walk over here to Tiny. I gotta tell you, I'm just thinking back on all the stuff that happened to me throughout the season. And I look back at that mental error I made in postseason, and it leads to this. And I end up having this encounter. I don't know. All comes back for me. I feel blessed right now. It's a beautiful buck. Look at him. I cannot wait to put my hands on him. Oh, what a beautiful 8. Look at this buck. Huh? Is he not something? Look at Tiny. Not so tiny anymore. Look at him. Wow. I got him in my hands. That is a long time coming right there. Oh, the striker fire just pummeled him right there. What a deer, good mass. Look at that size of those tines. I mean, that is just something else right there. Unbelievable. I've had a rivalry with this deer since day one. I got him on trail camera, one of the cell cams, back in the early season, and I thought, wow. And he was showing me this right side right here. That's a beautiful deer. The best part about it is he's an old buck. I used my bow tag on a trophy deer, on a big deer, 160-inch Lone Star, hit the dirt. And now I was able to go ahead and come in here, take the striker fire, hammer down this beautiful, what is considered a management deer for our property, but he's a gorgeous deer. I mean, you can't get any better. 8 points, old age, Tiny. What a buck.
It's a morning hunt that didn't last long, and before the frost could burn off the cut corn stalks, Chris is rolling through the corn to recover Tiny. The normal routine for the Keefer brothers after a kill involves a phone call, sharing details and offering congratulations. However, after Chris's recent string of mishaps, he decides that won't be today's protocol. The short drive back to the lodge gives him the opportunity to scheme up a shocking story for Casey, who's already tagged out.
You're not gonna believe what happened.
It's cold.
It's cold. Holy cow. I had a slight incident with my gun.
With your gun?
With my gun.
Okay.
So well, it was a mess. I got flustered again, and it's a mess. That's all I'm gonna say is I gotta re-sight it in. I may even have to pull the scope off it or use yours. That's how bad it is.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're talking like full regroup session?
Yes. I'm talking the gun, let's just put it this way, the gun was laying in the street.
Ooh.
So it was bad.
All right.
So
where's it at?
It's in the back of my truck. You grab my gun. I'm gonna get this going. I'll tell you the story of what we got, but grab the gun and I'll build this up so we can shoot again. Because we're gonna have to move your truck. We're gonna have to do all that stuff. So, all right, I'll grab this stuff here.
Oh, that's not a gun.
That's not a gun.
That's not a gun. That's a dead deer.
No.
That's a dead tiny.
That is a dead deer.
Holy hell.
Nice job.
That's a dead tiny is what that is.
Oh yeah, he's dead, huh?
Oh, he's deader than a
Why is
wedge.
this stupid thing open? This thing done here, huh?
Yeah. Here, just grab this.
There you go.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Hello.
Gotcha.
That's awesome.
My gun is perfectly fine,
Yeah,
and the striker
obviously.
fire was a working this morning.
That's freaking sweet. Where'd you shoot him? What happened?
Well, I waited just for a little bit of daylight so I could get in because I went to the salad bar and I was gonna sit in the stand. And you know how that cornfield, you gotta walk across it? So I
Yeah.
just waited till it kind of dumped out and it was, later. I'm just walking across the cornfield, trying to get in the stand, just nonchalant, and there's like that little bowl right in the middle of the field. I'm just walking along the edge and all of a sudden I just go, whoa, and drop down. And he's laying with a doe pinned down in the bowl, just in the bowl. Like, couldn't even see him, was walking like it was nothing. And I had him, he came up, he kind of saw us,
Yeah.
and he comes up, and I was so flustered at the time, he comes right at us like this, he's head on, he's doing his like little stomp thing. I get on him perfectly, he's at like 80 yards, he turns broadside, click.
Again?
No, I forgot a primer.
Oh, I forgot a primer.
I forgot a primer.
Oh, gee.
So I'm like,
I thought you were going to tell me
are
a
you
bad
kidding me?
primer again.
No, I fire and I'm like, oh, forgot a primer. Like I wasn't even prepared for it.
Yeah.
I reach in my pocket, flustered, grab a primer, throw a primer in, and we just chased him down and popped him at 150 yards.
awesome.
He's dead.
That's awesome.
So,
Sweet. Redemption.
Redemption.
Dude, redemption. A little bit of redemption coming.
so Illinois
down
gun
the pipe.
season. 2 great management deer on the ground. 2 of the the twin 8s.
Yeah.
So
2 of the big twins. The funny thing is both these deer that we took in management or in muzzleloader are like the first 2
that we saw.
that we had on camera that
Yeah.
we started seeing.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely ruled the roost, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. So
My
and so
gun's broken. I got my gun.
so we wanted to get
Take
you a
my
little
gun out
bit.
of the back.
Oh, we wanted
Gun.
to get you.
Take my gun.
He's down.
And I was gonna be like, I'll save you a whole lot of work, and you can just take mine if you want. That was gonna be my suggestion.
Yeah.
I'm expecting to just see like a mangled barrel and a snap scope.
No. Everything was perfect. Striker fire is right here, and she's working fine.
Yeah. I'll
So-
say. Sweet. Awesome.
Yep.
We got heavy gutting to do.
Yes, we do.
Gutting and skinning today.
I'm looking forward to it. And then we got to go out and manage some does.
Yep.
I'm going to go out and see if I can film a doe tag tonight. But what an awesome experience this morning.
That's cool, man. He looks awesome.
Yeah, he's a good looking deer. Beautiful 8.
Looks very sweet.
Sweet buck.
Big time. Old deer.
Yep. Old buck. He went probably 60 yards.
Cool.
Piled up dead right in the cornfield.
Sweet. Well,
I'll back him up to the skinning shed, and I'm going to get changed, and
uh,
we'll have ourselves an afternoon in the skinning shed.
congrats, dude.
Thanks, brother. Thanks, bud.
All
Sweet.
right, I'll go open these doors.
All right.
Two old and mature bucks have hit the ground in the first 2 days of gun season. But for the Keefer brothers, their work is far from being done. For both Chris and Casey, ensuring a proper balance to a herd means taking a doe isn't an option. It's a necessity.
Rolling out. We got deer rolling out. I just got in the ground blind. Doing a little doe management. I got my doe tag. Definitely want to take part in that. So I know what's going to happen. I'm going to end up seeing one of the big boys. But that's all right. That's what it's all about. Managing your herd. So I've already got does at the end of the field. I'm just going to give it a little bit and see what else comes in. And see if I can get them a little closer. And then it's go time. We're going to try and take a doe down tonight. Back in the ground blind down by the double wide. Oh yeah, they're moving already. They're right out here in front of me.
While Casey has already taken 2 does from their lease, one with a bow and the other with a striker fire, Chris is getting his first chance to sit without worrying about trying to catch a buck off guard. With each doe kill, however, there is a strategy. Harvesting too many does out of a herd in the same age class can lead to future problems, what the brothers call a generation gap. To avoid this, both Chris and Casey try to target does of varying ages and from different areas of the farm. Approaching a doe hunt with proper management goals in mind will benefit each property for years to come.
This is harder than buck hunting. I got 3 does in the field and I can't tell. I want to make sure that's a doe, not a buck fawn. And they are all lined up like next to each other. Just like this, lined up. I don't want to shoot, too dangerous. I don't want to take out too many in one shot. So I just let them go. I got like extremely nervous right there that I was gonna mess up.
It now seems as though nothing will come easy for Chris this season.
Come on, come back around that corner.
The does in front of him have gone from too far to too close together for a clean shot. As the sun begins its descent, one doe finally offers a shot.
Missed her. Boy, that was something. Let's see what else we come up with.
And now it's glaringly apparent. Nothing will come easy for Chris this season.
Never happened. Never happened.
Whitetail season. Somewhere between the hopes of better weather, the frustrations of uncut crop fields, and the myriad of emotions lies the reason the brothers do this. It's in their blood. For the past 2 months, the brothers have called the ditches, draws, and crop fields of Illinois home. They've played host to a legend in David Blanton, who was able to drop a 165-inch deer named Lieutenant Dan. As for the brothers themselves, they've put another solid Illinois season in the books. Casey scored on 2 old and mature bucks, Strong Arm and Crabby, and 2 does. Chris followed up with 2 great bucks of his own in Lone Star and Tiny. It's a game that we all love to play. Sitting in a stand on a quiet fall morning, listening intently for the sound of a grunt or crunching leaves is a little slice of heaven. As the fall fades with the leaves on the trees, a new approach to hunting takes shape. There will be no more aggressive tactics on wise old bucks. From here on out, the focus is on food. Soon, the winter snows will fly and the cold winds will blow. But there's more hunting to be done. For the Keefer brothers, the arena will change, but the game remains the same.